Welcome everybody to the 2023 80% normal Zipless Mega Man 2 tournament. I am every time we play. It's an exciting race between two really great runners, McBobX and Sabonis74. And I'm joined by another awesome Mega Man 2 runner and tournament participant, Meat3. How are you today, Meat?
Hey Slay, how's it going? Hope everybody in chat is doing well today. Excited for the race today.
Yeah, this is going to be a real burner. I call Sabonis Mr. 29 because he's like consistently always gets 29s.
Yeah, Sabonis is a very, very consistent player. We were actually talking right before we went live here, and McBob, not only a consistent player, but just an excellent, excellent player overall. He's got a 28 PB, which is much sought after by so many runners.
Yeah, it looks like he just got that particular 28 only a few weeks ago. I mean, he had one before, but fourth place is nothing to sneeze at.
Oh, that's amazing, and I'm sure he should be very proud of himself. And this is going to be a great race between these two, like we said, very consistent runners.
Yeah, I believe Sabonis had a race PB in his last match, which was only about 5 seconds off his regular PB, but I'm not expecting him to do PB strats like air first today.
Yeah, I think that's unlikely that we'll see too much of a risk.
Let me let the runners know I'm gonna drop the flags in a second.
Awesome.
Okay, Bob just unreadied, so there.
Hope everybody in chat is doing well today. How are your days going today? We do have Philly comps today. Slay and myself are both from the Philadelphia area.
Let's go.
Go Birds.
Go Birds. All right.
What's up, Saka? Neat.
Countdown is on.
All right. Should be seeing some action. We do have a slight delay, obviously, by the time we get it to you guys, but the flag has been dropped, so we should be seeing some action soon on our side.
So what do you think we're going to see from Bob here? What's he start with in a race setting?
He might go full out and just go air first. He has the skill to do it. I know he's got the confidence. And we'll see very shortly, right about now. And he will go flash. So, oh wow, Sabonis.
Ooh, quick first.
This might be just for me.
It's a nod to us.
Sabonis going quick first. I really appreciate it. Love to see it. I am a quick first runner myself.
Me too.
And I do kind of stand alone on that one. There's not too many of us.
Small but mighty.
So yeah, a little bit of a diverging path here in the beginning. And what's interesting about these first three Robot Masters, and you heard us discussing, what will they actually play first? You can play these first three Robot Masters in any order.
Yeah, it seems like it's the easiest thing to get that flasher first before air, but other than that, in a race,
right? Yeah. So a lot of times you'll see in PB attempts, you'll see the high-level runners going for air first because it does save time. But otherwise, if you do flash any time before you go to air, it's a pretty safe bet, and that's what both of these runners should be doing here. And we did see Sabonis take a little bit of a hit and a health pickup, so he actually does fall behind. We won't be able to tell exactly where they are, but he's not going to be happy about taking that damage. I know that.
Yeah, that's a bummer. Let's check out McBob's fight here. This should be beautiful. I always did quick first because I was so bad at the level. I hated resetting that after playing the third robot.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot you were a quick first runner as well.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the exact reason I did it. And I think it helped me get better at the quick fight too, because I just played it so often.
Yeah,
we see both of those runners clean up on their boss fights. Flash for Bob and quick there for Sabonis. as we hope Sabonis will remember to go to Flash next instead of Air. Bob most likely will go to Air, and yeah, Sabonis does select Flash. So Bob has to sit through a more lengthy cutscene, which Sabonis will have to do now once he finishes this level.
I'm trying to recall what a good segment is for those quick versus Flash, just to have an idea of where we're at here.
So I think for my typical quick first, I think I sit around like a. Gosh, you know what? I don't even remember. I could pull up my splits, but I want to say it's around a 1.5x.
Okay.
But we'll get a better gauge on where these runners are. Yeah, about a 155.
Okay, so it's like maybe 7 or 8 seconds longer than a good Flash. Is that right?
Yeah, that sounds about right. We'll leave the audio with Sabonis for now because we are kind of in the dark. Oh, he does do the little turnaround and moonwalks into the Flash fight.
Ooh, swaggy.
Giving the people what they want today.
I like it.
Bob having a really nice...
He was sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think he knew he was up against a tough opponent here, so he's trying to make the most entertaining race he can muster.
Yeah, I think so, and more power to him. Bob having a really clean airman here on the right-hand side of your screen.
Any god patterns?
See what kind of patterns he gets here. So airman does shoot 5 different possible patterns. That's not the best. It's gonna be a 3 cycle here for Bob, which is honestly pretty unusual because he is, like we were talking about, he is a very, very good and consistent runner. And seeing a 3 cycle from him almost feels rare.
Right. Yeah, for anyone here that's not a experienced runner of this game, I feel like boss fights are the only RNG that really can affect the run significantly. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, for the most part. It really comes down to execution for the stages for sure. I can't really think of too many instances other than drops, because drops are obviously RNG, but you should be using certain strategies to avoid them as much as possible as well. So I would still put that under execution for the most part. But yeah, boss fights I would say are your biggest RNG factor in this game. And that only goes for a handful of them too.
Okay. Yeah, I guess air, heat. Oh, that's
yeah,
really,
so
a second
I would say air,
heat,
heat, quick, bubble would be really the 4, I think.
Okay. That's why it seems like you'll see some wild swings for people on good runs during the refights, because it kind of all can converge at once.
Absolutely, yeah. You having to fight all 8 of them back to back to back like that. You might get amazing RNG and you might be able to handle it really well, and you might get really poor RNG and you might you might not know how to deal with that, and that's happened to me quite a bit. So
you get that 1 gold the one time and never get it again.
That's right. We see Bob falling through the lasers here as Bonus making his way through Airman. Not too many problems, but he's having to take out these extra birds. Doesn't seem to be an issue.
Alright, let's see what Airman gives the bonus.
I'm hoping for a little bit of a better pattern.
I need 2 cycles. Not with that one.
And,
okay.
You know,
no.
Speaking of patterns, I forgot to play the game for Sabonis because he did quick first. I was thrown off, but I think he got mid, and I'll equalize the playing field here and say that Bob also gets a mid pattern.
Yeah, I believe you're right. I think it was a mid. Ooh, he still got it.
Still got it. 1 for 1. So this is where we're going to see the difference as both runners enter Metal Man here, and I believe Bob's going to be ahead, and not by that much, but just enough, I think. really the only big mistake I saw in all three of those Robot Masters was Sabonis taking a bit of damage on Quick.
Okay, well, I switched over to Bob for the audio then. Still pretty close, though.
It is very close, yeah. So we get a, let's see, 18 touchdown there for Bob. 22-23, so we're talking about 5 to 6 seconds difference between the two of them right now. No.
I always found this level to be very satisfying.
So this was for the longest time when I first started learning this game. Metal felt like one of those stages that I never had to worry about. It was just like, you just go through it, you do it, you're fine, no big deal. Excuse me, because it is a very straightforward and fairly easy level, but the more I played this game, the more I started messing up my strategies in this level, and it's actually not as free as it seems. Bob makes it look easy. Bonus makes it look easy.
Nice. Flipping over the Roombas.
And what we'll see here in the metal fight, you'll actually see, you can see the input display there on Bob's bottom left part of the screen. He'll actually be holding in his shoot button and his right button, and he'll just tap the jump button when he gets about midway, and that'll be the end of the end of Metal Man.
Nice.
As we move on to Bubble here, we do have a bit of boss RNG that we talked about for this one. Bubble Man will actually shoot either 1, 2, or 3 bubbles at you during the boss fight. 3 is the laggiest pattern you can get, and it can actually slow down quite a bit. And so we always want to root against seeing 3 bubbles for the runners.
Any Shelmets?
See. So actually, right where Bob is right now, when he shot that Metal Blade, I would advise against doing that, and Sabonis kind of did the same thing there. I have discovered twice that you can actually break the game and just die immediately by shooting that Metal Blade there.
No way.
Absolutely. It's happened to me twice now.
Sounds like a hello moment.
Absolutely. Oh man, I do have a clip of the first time. I was very, very confused by what happened there, so you should be careful.
Well, these are some textbook bubbles from these two.
Yeah, looking great. And Bubble, especially in a race setting, I think Bubble can be one of the more nerve-wracking stages because of all those spikes above you. You make one wrong move and you're done. You're dead.
Yeah, there's so many opportunities for drops, doing all those shrimps and stuff. I always found I had a hard time like avoiding stuff in this level.
Absolutely.
Like, I could do it without dying, but I would always lose. It was so hard to do fast.
For sure. We do see 2 bubbles for Bob and 1 bubble for Sabonis. Nice. What you'd like to see. Minimal lag.
Now Mega Man waits about 20 minutes before he can teleport out of the water.
He does, yeah. So there's actually a longer period of time between defeating the boss and when he teleports out, which is usually where most runners will split. And it feels like an eternity because you get that muscle memory down, you get that timing down in your head, and you go to Bubble Man, and I mess up my bubble split like 50% of the time still.
Yeah, it's really easy to split early there. Alright, Heat Man's where I always would start to sweat.
Yeah, Heat Man, I think a lot of people would agree. This is where it starts to really feel like a real run. You get in and there's so much opportunity to fall down in Heat Man and die instantly. And obviously you don't like to see that. And this is just where it feels like the run picks up a lot.
Yeah, Lava bad.
Bob flying through this level though.
Ooh. These folks too, with their super precision, like item 2 placements.
Yeah, so both runners actually use one tick, so we'll see that safety strat there like Bob just used. I'm sure we'll see it from Sabonis as well. If we look on the left side, he does that little jump and then an extra jump. So that actually saves him an extra tick of item 2 so that both of these runners can get across this huge pit that Bob's about to cross with enough item 2 without having to jump or pause for that matter.
So you feel the heat.
Yeah, that's right, you do.
Bonus dancing on item 2? That's what I'm talking about.
See if we see any bubble helmets from the guys here.
Oh.
No bubble helmet from Bob. He's too focused.
Come on, Bob.
Ah. Oh, Sabonis got an interesting one.
Put it on too hard. Squish the top of his head.
I think that's a 30-90 there for Bob and a 90-30. So they even out in terms of RNG for Heatman.
Buzz Lightyear. Come on. Yeah, you don't want to take those blocks in Heatman over the lava pit.
Yeah, so that's a strat that you do in like any percent. That's the Gigatrad way. So actually learning those Yoku blocks is a bit important, but I have not tried it myself yet, and I don't know if I want to.
Yeah, I must stay away from that one, I think.
This is our last very long Robot Master cutscene as Bob enters Woodman here.
Let's see what we got here. 49 touchdown. $56. Alright. Sabonis hanging in there, still pretty good.
Ooh, and he gets the lucky one-up drop. I don't know how many people saw that, but I sure did.
One-up gaming.
So, Woodman feels like one of those stages where a lot can't go wrong, but actually there's quite a few things that can go wrong here. We did see both runners pass that giant dog, which is called a friender. You can actually flash too early there and get stuck behind him, and that's a huge time loss. Coming up here on Bob's side, where he's coming to this monkey area, he actually uses metal strats here. But we'll see Sabonis. Yeah, we'll see Sabonis going for item 2 strats. So,
monkeys in the chat. It would really help the race, right?
It would, yeah, that's right. Sabonis nails it though. That's. I know Bob is comfortable with the metal strats. That is his normal strat from what I'm aware of. But so there's a couple different ways to tackle this stage.
Has Sabonis also abandoned ground chicken based on the new research?
He has, except it does look like he abandoned his abandonment of the ground chicken and goes for it anyway. But yeah, he has adopted that new strat that a lot of us are doing. But I think he's just going with what he's comfortable with for right now.
Well, comfy. That's never a bad idea, race boy.
Absolutely not. And both runners taking out Woodman with just one shot of Heat's weapon, atomic fire or whatever it is. All it takes is one charge up and Woodman is toast, or perhaps coal, I guess.
All right, time for the funkiest Robot Master.
Funkiest and maybe the most difficult stage. There's just a lot of precision in this stage. See, it's very vertical compared to any of the other stages as far as climbing ladders and things goes. And there's a lot of what we refer to sometimes as magic pixels, where you place an item in the exact right spot.
Oh, Sabonis kind of got.
Yeah, he took a little hit there, but he recovered perfectly fine. Nothing to worry about. I think the only saving grace about this stage is that you can't really like fall down in any holes or any spikes or anything like that in terms of death.
Right, really. That's a good point. The only way to die is to take a ton of damage. But
Right. You can certainly fall down and lose a bunch of time, but you're not typically gonna die.
I've never ever died in this one.
See the ladder climb. Bob taking a little bit of a safer route and actually placing the item and climbing up on top of it, which honestly I like to see in a race just because of how difficult it can be.
Right. That's what you were talking about with the magic pixel, right?
Yeah, exactly. And we see Sabonis miss it actually right there.
That's a bummer. Good one there. I need double kill or double hit. Nope.
Yeah, so everybody seems to have their own little strat of taking out Clashman, Crashman, whatever you want to call them. We all seem to have slightly different variations of the boss fight here.
Nice.
Yeah, so Sabonis goes for more of that classic one-shot. You hit.
Everybody get your Wii's out.
Wily time.
It's really hard to watch this game and not sing along.
It is, yeah. There's just so much good music in this game. Excellent soundtrack overall. We see Bob do a little turn back there, and he actually turns that bird around so it appears behind him. If he didn't flip it around, those birds would actually be coming from the right-hand side, and he would keep having to shoot the eggs.
What's in the bird?
That's right. Oh, Sabonis misses the first egg.
That's why I learned to flip the bird for that one reason, because I kept getting screwed up by the eggs.
Yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a time loss here for Sabonis, but he recovers well. He gets his placement as Bob starts climbing these ladders.
Yeah, I know Sabonis has been on record saying that he thinks that placement is the crappiest one in the game.
It is definitely one of the most difficult. I can attest to that. But both runners still looking very good. The only reason Sabonis is as far behind as he is to Bob, and it's not that far, I'm just saying the only reason the gap is as large as it is just because Bob has played so clean and hasn't allowed Sabonis any time to catch up.
Yeah, that's true. I haven't seen any, not even a little bit of a mess up. Impressive.
It is, it's very impressive. He's an amazing runner to watch, and it looks like he might go for a top route there, and he does. I'm fairly positive we'll see top route from Sabonis as well. That's what he likes to do in a race setting. He's comfortable with it, so what that does is it allows you a little bit of extra insurance. If you happen to get hit by the fireball from the dragon, it'll actually knock you back onto that middle block where he's currently standing. It's usually not a problem, but if you do go only to the bottom block, you don't have that extra little bit of insurance, so if you mess up, you're done.
Yeah, that's a terrible place to die. It's like at least a minute of time loss.
It just happened to me in a race recently, and it was like minute
so
15.
Yep, yeah. Can't say I've ever done that on a pacer.
It's a bad feeling. But we're only separated by what, maybe 10 seconds? I didn't get an actual look, but I would guess around 10 or so seconds between these two runners. There's still plenty of Wily to go.
The great equalizer has yet to come.
It's true. Even stages like Wily 2 and Wily 3, we do see a small mistake there from Bob. I know he's not used to taking damage there. Wily 2 and Wily 3, Wily 1, like all these Wily stages, everybody always talks about Wily 4, but these stages can be a pain in the butt. You can mess up your strats pretty easily, and it can be pretty detrimental to your pace.
Yeah, they're all very punishing, I think, comparatively. Like, dying in this fight is also a minute of a time loss, and you don't have flash stopper left for the drills, which, if you're not used to that, is super, super annoying.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot that can go wrong. In like I said, pretty much all of these Wily stages. You don't see it as much because we're more used to it, but even in Wily 3, you have the spikes, you have the pits. A little bit of swag there for Sabonis.
That's my one area of expertise I'm bringing to the table here. I've failed in all the Wileys in all the places possible.
And we all have at one point or another.
All right, let's see what Bob touches down with here. 42.
I think we've hit about the 20-second mark between the two of these.
Okay.
Maybe even a little more than that. Maybe 22, 23. I think.
One fish.
One fish there for Bob.
06, 42.
Yeah,
18,
so 20,
24.
22.
Yeah, you're 22. Something like that.
Oh, yeah, somewhere around there.
Math and a speed. Billy leave.
One fish there for Sabonis as well. It's Bob making his way to the Guts Dozer here. I'm sure we'll see a 2-jumper from both of these guys because they're complete gamers. There's one, there's two. Bob takes him out, no problem.
That was clean.
Very clean. Pretty much relies on your mashing speed while jumping. That's what we call a 2-jumper because you jump twice to take out the Guts Dozer. But it can, it can vary. I think 3 is respectable. There's nothing wrong with having to get 3, but Sabonis takes him out in 2. But it just depends on your mash speed.
Yeah, I had this really jank way I would hold jump with my left thumb, so I could mash with my right hand for that fight.
Yeah, I mean, I do tend to switch my grip based on different things that I'm doing. And I actually wanted to test different grip styles for that fight in particular, but I haven't done it yet.
I'm sure that some people do like a piano grip too.
Yeah.
I found it was easy. It was hard to not release jump by accident, so I wouldn't get full height when I was mashing, which is why I switched to that little technique.
Both players climbing through Wily 4 here. Bob did really well. It looked like he had a small hesitation. I'm not sure what that was about. I don't know if I just missaw something there, but it's no matter because he's just flying through this level right now.
Yeah, I think he also didn't do that one item 3 in the room Sabonis just in that like goes through the invisible gap,
Yeah.
That's a huge difference, but
it can waste a bunch of your item 3 if you go for it and miss it, so
okay.
I don't blame somebody not going for that. Bob taking a little pause just so he knows he makes that jump and he looks good.
Alright, we'll see a difference here because Sabonis does leaf strats in this where Bob is right now.
He does, yeah. He's been getting pretty comfortable with using the leaf shield. Bob enters the Ruby fight here, and we hope for no issues. Your eye over there.
Perfect.
Yeah, so far so good. Oh, nice placement. We'll get the damage transfer, and that's an excellent fight. Well done.
Now clean Wily 4.
We'll see, like you mentioned, a little bit different strats. So Sabonis using the Leaf Shield in that last room actually increases his hitbox for the Crash Bomb. So it's actually going to be much larger than you would typically see. He can hit... we might actually see it here on this one. It might take out that wall. Yep, and it does.
Oh, nice. Let's see if he gets the damage transfer here.
Yes, and he does.
Wow.
Nice job, Sabonis.
Really nice.
Bob in his refight stages now, and a really clean, quick man. Wow. I wish.
Oh my god. Is that possible? Wow.
That was awesome. I'm taking notes. He uses air to finish off wood as well. Keep your eye on some bonuses screen too. A little bit of a different routing. And oh! I thought he had the pattern there. But he switched to Buster.
It's hard to keep up with 2 refights at once.
It is, yeah.
Trying to watch Sabonis here.
Ooh, nice quick fight from Sabonis too.
Good fight, yeah.
I'm jealous of those, man. I can't. My quick refights are terrible.
Ooh, the best 3 bubbles in the refights.
Yeah, I love getting the 3 bubble in the refight.
Nice air. All right.
Bob's on cruise control right now.
Oh,
Those
boy,
last few. Yeah.
90-30.
30. I didn't see what Bob got for the refight.
Yeah, I missed it.
So fast. Oh man, what a refight section by Bob.
Jeez. Nice mash, Bob. Holy moly. I don't think my fingers moved that fast even when I was his age.
And that was a really impressive refight. I'm wondering if that was close to gold for him. Yeah, I blinked. What happened exactly? Went by so fast.
Seriously.
Oh, that was so impressive.
Look at these paces, though. Holy moly.
Both of them, I know. Again, the only reason Sabonis is as far behind as he is because Bob's just not allowing him to catch up.
Yeah.
And he does finish up the Wily machine, no problem. Also, super quick.
Alright. I think we can expect a half cycle with the super mash here.
Oh, I would imagine so from both of them. Oh!
I jinxed him!
Yeah!
Sorry, buddy.
He had a little bit of a misfire, but he knows what he's doing, and he finishes up with a 29-10 in a race.
GG's to McBob, everyone. Chat,
Yeah.
get him out.
Get your GG's out for Bob. What an incredible pace. That is look at, I mean, Sabonis, this pace for him is amazing.
Yeah.
We did talk about the consistency of these runners, and they're showing it.
Yeah. Amen to that. Holy.
Oh, I think Sabonis.
All right.
Oh,
Sabonis.
wow.
Showing Bob how it's done. GG's
Yeah.
to Sabonis.
Excellent job. GG's to Sabonis, GG's to Bob. That was a fun race.
Yeah,
Don't go
nice
away.
race. Let's get
'Cause
another.
we got at least one more for you.
Yeah, let me get another race room put together here.
Sure. Now's the time to take your stretch breaks, take your water breaks, coffee breaks maybe. Wait for these runners to start up a second race here.
Wood or brick. Budsy. Mind your own accent. It's Wada, kid. So any dad jokes, chat?
Oh,
We're in
this
between
again.
raises.
Are you the authority on what is and isn't funny?
Yeah, we have the funny authority right here.
That's
So.
right.
Cats, please no. We have auto-scrolling credits here. You know, it's a tradition.
Auto-scrolling credits. That's a good one.
Okay, Run the Nets has one. Did you know bees are allergic to pollen? You can tell because they develop hives.
Nice.
Oh. Well, I heard this one before, but it is a good one. Why does Norway put barcodes on their ships, Meech?
They can scan the Navy in.
No. Scandinavian. Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, guys. All right, somebody get the hook out. I'm not allowed to groan. I asked for it.
Let's get ready for another race here between these two amazing runners. I mean, that first one was excellent to watch. I mean, what a treat! You guys look what the content we're giving you right now. Look at this. Some incredible stuff from these guys. I wonder if we're going to see another quick first from Sabonis, or if he just did to goof in the first race.
Good question. Sorry, I was paying attention to the race room to see if
Oh yeah, no worries.
I can drop all this stuff. The suspense. Building the suspense.
That's right.
There's a reason this one's on the main and not the Ocho.
SpeedGaming 8, the Ocho. That's an underrated movie.
Oh man.
Two great Mega Man runners indeed. PD from Sabonis incoming. You heard it here first. I mean, with the way he's been playing, I think it's certainly possible.
All right. Our call on the PV. I like it. Flag has been dropped.
Awesome. So we should see some action here in just a little bit. We'll see what routes these guys end up taking this time. You never know. They're keeping us on our toes.
Indeed. It's funny too, like watching that race. The little bits of time save are so small that you almost don't see how it like happened. Like obviously what we were saying about Bob playing so clean, because it's such like a second here and a second there, and it builds up. So by the end of the race, it was 20 some or whatever. But you know what I mean? It's like
absolutely
it's so tiny, like you almost imperceptible. Whoa, quick first!
He does go quick first again, giving the comms what they want.
I like the commitment. That's my bonus right there.
I'm a big fan of quick first. We should have told Bob. We should have said, "Hey, why don't you try going quick first in the next race?" We don't want to throw off his mojo. I think Sabonis is going to be a little bit happier with it this time around. He doesn't take damage to that enemy, and he's, in there clean. No big deal.
You know, the first time I played this game actually was on a Switch with the Joy-Con, so I would use the stick for these lasers because it was so hard to do.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Man, that can't have been fun.
That's why my first PV was so bad. Once I got a good controller, everything got a lot better.
That's good. We see a nice turn back wiggle fight there for McBob against good old Flashman. Oh, high. Low. Oh, it's mid.
He said high and low. The average of that is mid.
Yeah, the average of that. Exactly.
That's what
I don't know. I panicked. I forgot about it again. I'm not used to having to call it on quick first. That's my excuse for missing that one.
Got your wires crossed. I'm sure you can straighten it out for Bob.
Yeah, well, I'll figure it out by the time we get there. The prediction power.
It's impressive. Ooh, birds from Bob.
I love, you know what? Birds on air, man. Love to see it.
Makes sense to me.
That's why I only do birds on air and Clash. If you want the birds, for anybody who doesn't know, you just hold in your jump button when right after you select the Robot Master. You just hold in the jump button, and the little stars on the screen turn to birds.
Yeah, I won't lie, my mind was kind of blown when I found that out.
Isn't that cool? I love that little.
Yeah, it's a nice kind of little thing they snuck in that doesn't doesn't mean anything to the gameplay, but it's still kind of fun.
Yeah.
Meech has Miss Cleo on speed dial. You never know. Maybe they know each other. IRL, Nate. Even more impressive since Miss Cleo is dead. Whoa, Mitri communing with the dead.
Sell my soul for Quickman predictions.
Should have used her for the lottery like Budsy.
Nice kill there from Sabonis against Flash as well. And I would like to point out that he also did moonwalk in a second time.
Nice. Bob with the flipping the bird. Sabonis actually has some nice insight into some of the designs there in Airman because he lived in Japan, so he knows what the sort of inspiration for some of the game artwork was. I wish I could repeat it, but I forget what he said the giant heads are called.
Those are, I think they're Onis,
right?
Because I think that's based off the Oni, the traditional Oni mask in Japanese.
There we go.
Like folklore culture. I'm not 100% sure. I think it's ONI. But
Okay.
yeah, so that's a little thing that they added in, and yeah, I love knowing what goes in behind the designs, and especially, I mean, so many video games are, made in Japan and Japanese developed and everything, and they have such a rich culture and such amazing things that they sneak in their games that you don't find out, until a lot later in your life. At least that's the case for me, and it's always really cool to find that out.
Yeah, definitely. The Mega Man 2 box art was the best art ever created.
Yeah, something like that. It's not weird at all. He doesn't have like a little laser gun or anything.
That's what I thought when I first saw it, for sure.
Yes.
Somebody put this in a museum.
Yeah, the poster everybody had hanging up in their bedroom in 1988-ish.
It was on the ceiling, so you could look up at it when you're in bed.
I mean, isn't Mega Man? He's like yellow and he's holding like a laser gun. It's so strange.
He looks like a real person too, though.
Yeah. It's so odd. I don't know. It's like they saw the game and they're like, "Yep, this is what we imagined." What?
Yeah, right.
Ooh,
another one.
I will see it every time. You can't get it past me.
He's very stealth on that box, I think.
Sabonis entering air here. We'll see what kind of pattern he gets. Hopefully something good. Nicely done.
Nice.
And speaking of patterns, I will go with what I said last time, which was low. I wanted to say low. So I'll scoot that over to Bob.
high, low, mid.
It's one of the three.
All right, I got low. He called me.
Okay.
Wow.
I got Bob's patterns today. I was in a rush for Sabonis. I couldn't think straight.
There's some interference because he's all the way on the West Coast. So.
That's right. Yeah.
Damn. Impressive.
Well, there we go. So nice cleanup. That was a nice low pattern for Bob. I would like to point out. We don't typically like getting the low pattern in Quickman. It is the hardest of the three. Mostly just because you can't sneak in 4 early shots. You can really only get 1 or 2. Oh, and they are very close. Love to see this.
Oh, look at this.
It's less than a second lead for Bob here.
Oh man, look at this.
Yeah, this is actually... So this is what Sabonis wanted out of the first race. And we did see him make a couple of mistakes that set him back a few seconds, and I'm sure he's feeling a lot better about this one right now. And that's so interesting to me. I like seeing, personally, I don't know how many people like this, but for me, I like seeing diverging paths for the first 3 Robot Masters, because when they do converge at metal, it can be like such a really cool... Look at this sync! Like, look at this. This is awesome.
Yeah, it builds up some suspension, which is really
It does,
fast.
yeah, exactly. I think that's super fun to see, like, where they end up, and wow, I'm loving this right now.
Wow. Ooh, perfect. Look at this.
This is beautiful. This is art right here.
I think they're just restreaming the same screen, actually.
They might be. Oh, Bob with just a fraction of a second lead here.
Menuing.
Yeah, then that's exactly what it comes down to, yeah.
Don't cross the line. Ooh, don't cross the stream.
Yeah. So beautiful work by both runners here.
R's asking if Sabonis PBs will he switch to quick first, like how he switched to air first.
He better. That's the answer. Right, we want to see, we talked about a little bit of RNG here and there with bosses. We want to see the most even RNG, especially in a race like this where they are so tight. We want to see them stay this close and make it exciting, right? So
yeah, how long can they keep this up would be amazing.
Right.
How much do you think that different wood, how much time difference that is? Because that is, I would say, maybe the most noticeable thing I thought in the first race was how Bob does wood.
So what Bob does is, well, at least you know what, I wasn't paying so close attention at the beginning of his stage, but I believe he'd uses item 2 in the first room to save that time. So he's not actually losing time, and he knows what he's doing. He plays so clean. This is his strat, right, that he's used to. So with good execution, which coming from Bob, it is good execution. I don't think he's losing any time there. Maybe less than a second.
Okay.
But we'll see. We'll see when it comes to that. I'll keep a closer eye on Bob this time around and see what happens. But we hope for some good RNG. You know what? Maybe to even things out. Maybe give Bob the 3 bubbles. Give Sabonis 1.
Keep that tie going.
Couple extra lag frames, maybe. Oh no, Bob gets the 1.
Ooh, both
also gets the 1. Yeah, so we did have that even RNG.
All right.
And we wait an eternity to be able to split here. And yeah, it's about a second right now.
He's about a whole word ahead. Yep. Wow. This is what you love to see. 1 second coming into heat.
Yeah, really. It's always such a treat when you see 2 runners so close together. It just makes things so exciting. And it's not to say that races aren't exciting when they're further apart, but this is just like anything can happen at any point, and it's always like really keeping you invested in everything that's going on. I think Sabonis had a bit of a missed menu there. I didn't catch exactly what happened.
Oh, I missed that. I was paying attention to his placements, which looked pretty good, but...
Yeah, both of them had excellent item 2 placements there. They should be able to both get across. I think Bob had to jump last time. It looks as though he's okay this time around. A little hard to tell, but both of them should be okay. Yep, we'll just drop off. We should see the same for Sabonis.
Perfect.
Switch to bubble on the ladder. And again, we got a maybe 90-90 for Bob, maybe 30-30 for Sabonis. Even things up a little bit. Oh yeah, get this confirming that Sabonis accidentally selected item 3 instead of item 2. That's what that menu
That
was.
was definitely a 90.
Yep, that was a 90 and that was a 30. I missed what happened for Sabonis.
30-60, I think, maybe.
Okay, so maybe saving a couple of frames.
Milking the frames a little bit.
Yeah.
Atomic fire. Alright.
Yeah, the last lengthy cutscene of the run here. Unless you count, you know, the entrance into the Wily stages. And yeah, let's keep a little bit of an eye here on Bob. See if he does indeed use that item 2 to start the stage here. Or if he just... Yeah, so, okay, that's exactly what he does. So this is where he saves the time for that metal section up above. Right. Instead of walking across here like Sabonis does, he'll switch to item 2 and just ride it across. And then in the upper section with the monkeys, we'll see Sabonis switch to item 2, but Bob will use metal to get through that.
It's interesting because I do what Bob does, obviously not nearly as well, but I always thought that was kind of like the chicken strat for it, so... I guess if you do it well enough, it's fast.
It's fast enough. Where you don't lose a lot of time. I do believe that using item 2 up there is the faster strat. Oh, a little bit of a mistake, but come on, Bob.
Oh man.
Bob! Switch to metal. Oh, that allowed Sabonis to catch up quite a bit.
Oh wow.
And we might see. I'm not sure, but we might see a lead change because Sabonis is, like I said, he's gonna have that item 2. He's gonna go a little faster here.
You got the birds flipped.
Ooh, Sabonis does take a bit of a lead here.
What a turn of events.
So what happened with Bob there when he bonked that bat? He did what I kind of do a lot of the time when you're just kind of too lazy to switch over, but Bob had to switch to metal anyway, so I don't know if he just kind of panicked or thought he would be able to deboost through everything, but...
Oh, we missed item 2!
Oh no! Oh man, we're back and forth here, because Sabonis
he should have gone for ground chicken, jeez.
There he goes, he switches, and now Bob is back in the lead. Oh my goodness. I forgot the point that I was making. Oh yeah, I don't know if Bob panicked or he thought he could deboost through those bats, but either way, I think it was probably smart just to switch to metal since he was going to anyway and take out the bat, but he ends up back ahead after everything that happened there.
Oh man, that stinks. Sabonis finally took a little lead and the chickens got him. Wow.
Yeah, and he's been using that strat. That's what we were talking about in the first race, and he opted to go with the ground chicken strat. This time he doesn't. He goes with the new strat, and unfortunately he just missed it and missed the platform to keep that lead on Bob.
Yeah, we're gonna have to remember that one for the post game interviews because that was a cool moment. I mean,
yeah, really
moment. Let's say. Yeah, they're still within a second.
Yeah, they're still exactly there.
Close, right?
insanely close right now. So
What a race.
still, anything can happen. We have seen Bob taking a bit of the safer strats here in Clash in the last race. So who knows, if he goes safe, Sabonis goes, you know, quick, we might see another lead change, who knows? There's a lot of possibilities here.
Yeah. Well, we all know what Crash Man's famous for, so.
Exactly.
Anyone could come out with a juicy lead here.
It's so true.
Let's see some clean laddering, though. Nice. For Bob.
Okay, so what Bob decided to do was he said, "Oh, I messed up, Woodman. I'm going all out for Clash. I'm not taking the risk."
Dang. That's amazing just to be able to pull that out and pick up time like that. Jeez.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did. He went. We did see those safer strats for the last race, but Bob said, "No way."
Look at that. He picked up like. That's incredible.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll get a time difference here.
I think he split at 52.
It'll be a 1802 there for Bob. And an 1810. So between 7 and 8 seconds here now.
Wow. That's wild.
It's amazing. That's just like what one stage. That's Clash for you, man. That's all it takes.
Yeah, he picked up like 6 seconds in that level, probably. That's amazing. And I wouldn't say Sabonis played particularly poorly. That was
Not at all.
I would take that one, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. What did I say? He had an 1810. Yeah, that's an amazing 8 robo. Like that's nothing to sneeze at. But of course, Bob has to get in there with his 18-0x.
You had to one up him, didn't you? Bob?
That's right.
He's probably like, damn it, I didn't have a sub 18 Robot Masters.
Yeah. Knowing him, I'm sure that's exactly what he was thinking. But we're seeing clean, wily ones from both players. They both flip the bird around. They both get their item placements.
Beautiful.
I like to see that.
Yes.
And most of all, we get the jam.
Yeah, let's rock out, guys.
Now or never, man. I mean, truly, Mega Man 2 does have an insane soundtrack. It's just almost top to bottom perfect.
Yeah, it's pretty high quality. Even the little things that you don't notice, like the boss fight music and the in between the Wily stages music.
Right, yeah.
Those are all really fun too. I wonder if you just like jumped and avoid the fireballs, like how long you could hang out there. Like if you didn't actually shoot the dragon.
I assume it could be just forever, right? I guess if you don't ever take damage, you can just hang out with the dragon.
So I was watching him, and he destroys the block, so it's not like you can go anywhere once you get to the end.
Right.
Sorry, just random things that you think about when you've watched the game thousands of times.
No major mistakes from either runner here. And it's funny because like perhaps the biggest mistake we saw was on Bob's side, that whole bat business in Woodman, but he still ends up like with a decent lead here on Sabonis, and it's just a testament to how well he plays the game.
Yeah, it's incredible. just find it interesting that unless I'm wrong here, but you can correct me. You take less damage off the chain part of this things than the spikes.
So you actually take the same amount of damage, but you get knocked back like a significantly smaller amount. So that's why that's why we jump up to hit those chains specifically, because of the knockback. Way less.
Knockback, okay. I knew there was a difference. I just guess I misassumed or misunderstood.
This fight here is scripted, so both runners know exactly where these are coming from every time. Everybody's got their own sort of patterns that they like to use.
I always go right.
I like to go, I go to the right, and I also go underneath the blocks, kind of like we're seeing from Sabonis. I'm not much of a diagonal guy, because I had tried diagonals in the past, and it wronged me, and that was the end of that.
Yeah. Once bitten, twice shy.
Exactly. It's a great white song. How many fish we got here this time? That's all 4.
One.
2 groupers. 1, 2 more. 3.
Ooh.
4. It's a feast.
4 groupers.
I wouldn't recommend eating any of them, but they all are there.
Yeah, if we can survive in this water, that's probably a bad idea.
Ooh, Bob accidentally taking that little health drop. Easy 2-jump kill with the insane mash. 1 fish, 2 fish, gray fish, gray fish. Oh man.
Nice.
Mods, pin the comment. As we enter Wily 4 here, Sabonis has gotta hope for a mistake, McBob, at this point. He's just playing so well.
Yeah, it looks like about 11 seconds, I would say now.
And it's not anything, it's so funny, like when you see this difference between these two runners, it's not that Sabonis is playing bad, because I would take Sabonis' time any day of the week. Like, it's still incredible. But it just shows you how well Bob plays. It is really something else.
Yeah, his run last year in the tournament was really impressive, and I don't think anyone is surprised to see this repeat of that performance.
For sure.
Mega Man needs a new power-up fishing rod. Get equipped with fishing rod.
Have you played the new fishing minigame in Mega Man?
What a lunker.
Yeah. Oh man. It must weigh at least 10 pounds.
Maybe we'll get an extra heart piece.
Man, just absolute clean gaming in Wily 4 from both guys here. There's not much to say just because of how well they're both playing. There's not a lot to criticize at all.
Yeah, I'm sitting back and enjoy this race.
Really?
I'm actually not used to seeing people use the left area for the item one like Bob does there to get the B spawn. But most people do it further to the right of that gap, right?
Yeah, so Bob does have a little bit of a different strat where he jumps into the door to save him some of the room, and then he places the item, like you said, quite a bit further to the left than we're typically used to seeing.
Okay.
And that works out for him.
Yeah. Bob got the most damage transfer there too, sorry.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see it from Sabonis. Yep,
nice.
we do. He's been practicing that. He had a lot of problems with getting the damage transfer in tandem with the leash shield strats, but I think RL there in chat helped him out, and Sabonis is a new man.
Yeah, it's showing. Nice low fight. Oh,
these quick fights from Bob are something else. I'm so jealous.
I would get trolled by Crash sometimes in the refights for some reason. I don't know why I found it harder than the regular boss, the regular level. Let's see what Sabonis does with Richard Sapien here.
Not a great pattern. Oh, but he... Ah, so he's gonna have to... Yeah, unfortunately, it's that health pickup. But that was a pretty good fight for the pattern that he was given. 90. 60. Oh, very tight here. Oh, that was interesting.
That was interesting.
I think Sabonis just got hit with a 90-90 there.
Of course. Hello, Woodman. Goodbye, Woodman.
This is on a really nice pace here.
Ridiculous mashing from Bob. This is almost the same time, I think. I feel like he split around 28-12 last race too.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think we might see another like 29 1x here from Bob.
Wasting the bubbles. Don't look health.
Oh man, Sabonis is pretty close to PB pace. He can't. I don't think he can PB, but it is pretty dang close to his PB pace.
Yeah. These are his race splits, I assume, and he went red like just before he split, but
yeah
he's pretty dang close.
See if maybe Bob has a bit of a cleaner fight than he did the first race. I'm sure he's hoping for that. Man, I can't believe how close both of these races were.
Yeah, this one was a real nail biter for a minute there.
And there it is. Oh wow, a 29-10 and a 29-11 from Bob. Get your GGs out.
Wow, talk about consistent and amazing. Jesus.
Are you kidding me?
He's probably like, oh man, plus 21. That was terrible.
Yeah. We're gonna see the same here from Sabonis too in terms of time. Oh wow, nice. 29-39. Please get your GDs out for both of these guys.
That was a really
something
good
else.
For Sabonis, damn.
Wow, GGs to both of these. It's so hard to beat Bob. Sabonis has to be happy with how he played. I mean, both these races were so much fun to watch.
Yeah, that was a heck of a race. All right, let me just in case they didn't get the invite. Done.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get both of these guys in here joining us for post race interview.
I'm gonna paste the Discord just in case into the race.
Bonus is hopped in the waiting room.
Oh, beautiful. Wait for him to drag himself on up. Welcome on in, Sabonis.
Hey,
GG.
Thank you very much.
Hello, Bob. GG.
Welcome in, Bob. No. GG.
GG.
That was an awesome race, of course. GG Sabonis. And I've seen your time. That's a good time, man.
Thanks. It's pretty good for me anyway.
Yeah, that was a heck of a race there.
Man,
It was really stressful for me though.
Oh, that's the best compliment you can give me, Bob.
You made him work for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, was
Bob,
like
you
really...
just turned the jets on there and crashed in that last race. It was impressive. You picked up like 6 or 7 seconds.
Nice.
Well, you know, Wood bats, dude! Oh my chicken! Honestly, that never happened to me. Like, I think because I missed the item 1 is the problem there. Like, I'd never had that. But anyway, like, I wasn't mad because I was actually going for 28. I'm not greedy, by the way. Just saying.
Yeah,
But,
you guys,
you know, refights said no anyway, so, you know, it's just really... It was unfortunate, but it's fine. Like, that things can happen. I told Sabonis I'm rusty, and he's not believing me. Look what happened in the wood room.
We actually wanted to talk about that because you guys might not be aware of what was going on, but what happened to Bob Sabonis in the room right before we get to the monkeys with the bats there, he took damage a few times on the bats, couldn't get himself up the ladder, and you actually ended up taking a lead on Bob there, and the race was the race was so close. All throughout wood.
My few seconds of glory.
yeah,
That's
going into
right.
that race, it was like only a 1 second difference actually, and then that happened. And Sabonis, if you had gone for ground chicken, you might have held on to it for a little bit longer. But you
Oh,
kinda
yeah.
got scammed at
I
the
went for
end.
ground chicken in the first race for the fans, and I was like, but I want to show them I can do it. Turns out I can't do it. So
Yeah,
It's
so
awesome to see. Now I'm excited to see the match because knowing this, I knew Sabonis legit. I said I'm stressful because I know Sabonis is not an easy opponent, but I prepared for it. Like, I went, like, I de-rusted yesterday. I de-rusted and I tried to kind of play well, but you know, if that continue it to like the end, not to mention that it's not early game where I can pick up, it's actually a half game. So if I just like made tiny mistake somewhere else that's disaster, maybe that will give him the win, and we're going into a race 3 because legit Sabonis is a dangerous opponent.
yeah, it was.
I'm not.
I would highly recommend watching this back and just enjoying what's going on, especially wood in the second race. You'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole second race was close, and then Bob, you kind of like Slay said, he kind of turned on the Jets there and in Clash and took a bit of a bigger lead, but. Both of you guys so consistent, such amazing times, and I think you both should be very
Yeah.
proud of the way you played.
I'll want to watch this back just for the top tier comms.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, of course. Meech and every time, like Meech and Slay are very good at commentating. Like, I've seen them in last tournament, so yep. I'm excited as well.
Thank
good
you,
luck
guys.
to your next opponent, or on your next race, I should say, Bob.
Well, depends on the winner of Oral and Satoko. So these two
Ooh.
are also very good
Wow.
runners. I think
That's going to be a
it's
crazy race.
should be, yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna
Toko
be
is
fun.
known for being consistent in races, and Oral being also good at strats. So it's just like a matter of who gets to Alien first. You know, it's just it's gonna be lead going back and forth. We should witness a very good race. I'm excited for it as well.
Yeah.
To see.
And Sabonis, I'd like to thank you for going quick first, throwing me off there, but I appreciate the love.
Yeah, we like
Yeah, well.
that one.
You know,
I
it's
should've-
quick first has to be represented a few times in this tournament by both Meech and I. So
I should have went quick first, so we have sync.
nope,
Dang
that
it,
was the
you
whole
should've-
point.
I
should've
The whole
told
point was
me,
not
man.
to have sync for the first 3 levels.
It gave you the audio. That's all.
Oh my-
I'll take it.
okay, that
yeah, we actually
it's a good thing, at least, like differentiating a bit, like diverse routes showing possibilities.
yeah
And
that's
also, like I feel you, Meech, will be like, oh, this is my route. I should be very happy about it. In a way.
no. It was a lot of fun. Slay and I were actually talking again. If you do happen to watch this back, we were talking about how fun it is to have diverging routes in the first part of the race because once you enter Metal Man, you kind of get to see, you get a feel, and you don't really know too well going into that point. You can kind of guess, but in your second race, you guys were in sync by the time you got to Metal, and that was so fun to see.
Ooh, that sounds cool.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah, it's cool, and I'm really excited for it. So rewatch it. I'll take some time and see where I could actually just go all my chicken. How many times?
Yeah, we'll see. We were commenting that there was not much to say because you guys were playing so well, and that the execution was really top notch.
It was.
Oh, thanks, guys.
I'm
Well,
happy that I have. I'm happy that I had such a wonderful race against Sabonis. Legit, like it's one of the when you have that one, it just becomes the highlight of your entire journey.
Yeah, I don't want to thank Bob for this race. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun getting prepared for it, and it was a lot of fun to race as well. And I want to thank Slay and Meech for doing comms for us. That was very, very nice of you guys.
Our pleasure.
Especially going to head against another race in the beginning.
Yeah.
And I want to thank.
For me,
go ahead. I was going to say I wanted to thank Alice for putting this together and Tompa for working so hard behind the scenes. And see you guys next tournament.
Thanks everyone for racing. SpeedGaming for hosting. Meech for being amazing.
I'm not going to be too different as well. Thank you so much, Sabonis, for the amazing race. Thank you, Slay and Meech, for the wonderful commentary. I'm sure about it. I wasn't listening to the race, when I was playing. Thank you, Alice, for making this tournament, organizing and all that. Tompa, both for the hard work. And yeah, SpeedGaming for hosting, chat, everything, all the support, everything. Much appreciated. Thanks a lot, everyone.
All right. Beautiful. Meech?
Yep. I think I couldn't say it better myself. Thank you for being my comms partner today, Slay. Thank you all for watching. And we're going to have more races for you. I think there is one tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. That will be between Budsy and what we affectionately refer to our friend as Ara. Is it pronounced Kratar? I don't know his actual username, but we call him Ara. So keep an eye out for that one. That'll be, like I said, at 11 a.m. tomorrow. That's Eastern Time. And when we get more matches scheduled, be on the lookout for those and keep your eye on the bracket.
Fantastic. See you all next time.
Take care, everybody.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.